Tips for new streamers. Okay, here's the most important tip. The most important tip is actually... Fuck. The most important tip is to do YouTube.
Yeah.
The problem with new streamers right now... I know I'm drunk, but that is true. You need to do YouTube. You need to have a way for people to discover you when you're offline. From a realistic perspective, you can only stream 8 hours per day, and most people will not find you. But if you have a YouTube that actually puts out the content that you're actually doing, you have a way better time of people discovering you. I did that, and I recommend it to everyone. You need to have a YouTube. Trust me. If there's one tip I'll give you today, and one tip you will follow, have a YouTube with relevant content. That is so important. Do not underestimate that. So many people, half of my audience, if not more, found me off YouTube. Maybe in the beginning, back in 2011 when Twitch started, you were able to build an audience just from streaming. Nowadays, you have to do something else. You have to do YouTube.
Shopping time with
You have to do YouTube for people to discover you. If you don't do YouTube, you have half of your audience. That's the thing. You want to do different content on YouTube because people are, hey, I love Pro Street, I love Underground, I love Most Wanted. You do all of that stuff on YouTube, you get them to your channel. Just make sure your passion fits your ambition. That's so important. And the second most important thing is do relevant content. Create something that people want to watch. Even if you love something, if you're the only one in the world that loves that thing, you're not going to build an audience. Audience is all about, fulfilling the needs of your audience. The biggest advantage that I have, the thing that I love to do, people love to watch. That is why I'm successful. The things that I do, that I love to do, is what people love to watch. I have that overlap. That overlap of what I love to do is what people love to watch. And the thing is, if you don't have something that you love, but other people don't, if they don't love it, they're not gonna watch you. And then you should keep it a hobby. And that's totally fine. You don't have to earn your money with your passion. If you can do it, that's amazing. That's probably the best thing you can do in life. But in general, just make sure you're happy at the end of the day. That's the thing for me. I just want to be happy. When people ask me for, the meaning of life, it's for me to be happy. It's just to make that life as awesome as I can, right? And I get so much from entertaining people. I really, really enjoy entertaining people. The worst hangover I got, actually, after I got my first job. The first time I blacked out was at my first chemistry job, The first time I was a chemist, there was like a party to welcome you to the team. And I got so drunk that I actually blacked out. And the next day was so bad. The firefighters, they just threw me into the garden of the house of my parents and just hoped that my parents are gonna take care of me. What happened is that I slept in the garden for the entire night. Like, my parents didn't notice, and I was just blacked out drunk, sleeping in the garden, and my parents didn't notice me until the next morning. So the firefighters were like, yeah, he's drunk, let's just leave him at home. Instead of, ringing the bell and informing my parents that I was drunk lying in the garden, no, they just threw me into the garden and waited for my parents to find me the next day in the garden. It was okay because it was during summer, so it wasn't really that cold during the night. But I had plenty of insect bites. I just remember having the worst hangover of my life, plus a shit ton of insect bites. So yeah, that was a lovely night. Oh, that's the thing, Domo, the thing about your comfort zone, you need to get out of it. The moment you're out of your comfort zone, that is where you grow as a person. That is not just some woohoo bullshit you hear on a YouTube video, that's actually true. The moment you feel uncomfortable and you still push through, and you still make it, or even if you just try to make it, even if you just try to do it, that is gonna grow you as a person. That's just how it is. Every time I'm operating out of my comfort zone, it feels terrifying. But afterwards, after I'm done with it, independent if I was successful or not, I grew as a person, I feel better. I know it's scary. Everyone has been in that situation. If you think there's some superhuman out there that never left their comfort zone, they were always comfortable, it's bullshit. It's true bullshit. Every time you feel uncomfort, you can be sure you're learning something from it. Let me tell you one thing. Once you get any girl, you're gonna realize you want the girl. That's just the sad truth of it, you know? Your journey is never over. You think you're gonna be happy. You think you're gonna be happy with the first girl that says yes to you, right? That's just not how it is. So let me give you some real talk here. So the moment you find like the first girl that likes you, you will start noticing that it's not the girl that you want. It's a really eye-opening thing that you get while growing up. You get with that first girl that accepts you, and you know, in the beginning you think, you know, as long as any girl accepts you, you're gonna be fine, right? That's the girl. As long as a girl, no matter what she's like, accepts you, you're gonna be fine. It's not how it is. It's really not how it is, because then that's the moment when you finally gonna actually develop standards. You know, when you're gonna develop, I actually want this and I want that in a girl. But there is an upside. The moment you develop standards, for a girl, you're gonna meet better girls. You know, in the beginning, any girl is fine. I went through that too. In the beginning, any girl is fine. But once you went through that phase of any girl is fine, you're gonna notice, but I want more. I want a girl that is just as ambitious as I am. I want a girl that is just as enthusiastic as I am. And it's a developing thing. You're gonna move through that, you know. It's what they call the rite of passage, you know. You go through that and it's a learning experience. So all I can tell you, start as early as you can. Start as early as you can, because it's gonna set you up for the rest of your life. So the best advice I can give you, go out there, make yourself vulnerable, experience shit. And the more you experience, and the earlier you experience it, the earlier you're gonna advance in life. Do not let your past define you. If you concentrate on your past, it will hold you back. Unless you had an amazing past which most people did not have, fuck it. Sure, if you have an amazing past, work on that. But if your past was shit, ignore it, start anew, and concentrate on the now, and especially on the future. I know exactly what I mean by that should happen in my past. You know what happened in my past? My parents passed away, lost my job, didn't know what to do. Fuck all of that. It's irrelevant. All that matters is what you do right now and what you're planning to do to build your future. Yeah, it comes back to just do it. Shia LaBeouf, as much as a meme Shia LaBeouf is, just do it, man. If you don't have a positive mindset, you just set yourself up for a horrible future. I remember when I was back then, it was like, dude, even people in the third country have it better than me. That is literally what I thought. I was thinking, people in the third world, they didn't even have a roof, they didn't have family, you know, just living on the street by themselves, had it better than me. That was my mentality. Let me tell you one thing. If you have that mentality, you're not going anywhere. One thing that actually got me forward is thinking about what could be and how I can achieve it. Oh, I had my share of depression. The thing about depression, if you are depressed right now, one thing about depression, if you can overcome it, it becomes your strength. And, you know, use that depression and put it into a fuel to put you into your future. That's how it was for me. And I very much hope, if you're in a really dark spot right now, that it's gonna give you the energy to get where you want to go.